Is the FAA actually in charge of airspace? If so, why do some county parks say things like, no person shall operate a drone below 400 feet above the land surface of any park? That sounds like the county is controlling the airspace, right? Well, not exactly. Let's break down how it actually works. The FAA is the authority over navigable airspace in the United States. That includes controlled and uncontrolled airspace. So counties, cities, and local park departments generally cannot just make their own aviation rules and decide they control drone flight altitude over a park. That part belongs to the FAA, but local governments do control the land they own and manage, and that's the key distinction. A county can usually regulate what people do on county property, so they may be able to restrict where you launch and where you land a drone. That means when a county says something like you can't operate a drone in the park, what they're really trying to do is stop people from using the park as their launch site or operating position. So let's say you're inside the park, standing on county land, flying your drone from there. In that case, the county likely has more authority to say no. But what if you're not in the park? What if you're standing outside the park boundary, maybe on a public sidewalk or another legal launch point, and your drone flies over the park without taking off or landing there? That is where the FAA airspace argument becomes much stronger. In many cases, the local government cannot prohibit the flight itself just because the drone passes through the airspace above the park. And this is why drone laws can get confusing, because you can have a flight that's probably fine under FAA rules, but then you end up dealing with a local citation, a park ranger, or even a court dispute over how that local ordinance is worded and enforced. So from a practical standpoint, you could take off from outside the park and fly over if you're following all other FAA rules. However, this could still go to court, and the time, energy, and money it could take to win usually isn't worth it. So if you take anything away from this video, it's that the FAA controls the airspace, but local governments control their land. That means they usually have a stronger say over takeoff, landing, and on-the-ground operation than they do over the airspace above the park. If you're trying to plan a legal flight near a park, don't just see if the airspace is legal. Check the park's website, or better yet, contact the park and ask what their rules are regarding drones and if you could get permission, apply for a permit, etc. Let us know if you've ever run into this confusing situation, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Until next time, blue skies and safe flying.